there for 2 months. We went out with a team from Revival Fires for the first 2 weeks, and then we stayed and did some work with Papa's House and the children there, and also we linked in with the follow-up team and did some work with them too.
We spent our first month really renovating Papa's House, working in the classrooms, painting the classrooms, working with the teachers and the students there, and really kind of developing some kind of skills in English, and Chrissy will talk about that more a little bit later. I want to share with you a specific testimony that we had from an area just close to Crusade in St Magdalene. There was that 13-year-old boy who was, if you saw the last fire pod, was carried on stage, literally in Tom's arms. He was so close to death. And I think for me, it was just showing how much there was a need for God to break into that place. And walking into his village, into his home really, sitting outside with him, and just seeing him sat up straight, wrapped up warm, having colour back in his cheeks, which he did have, was just amazing. And him saying to me, I want to sing you a song. I want to dance for you if I could. So my healing hasn't come in full yet. So, you know, and I just chatted to him, I said, have you had any dreams? Have you had any visions? Is God speaking to you about your healing? And he really did reveal an awesome dream that he had to me, where he had a visitation in a dream. He was given specific keys about his healing and what he should do with those. And I mean, that's so key for every single one of us, that we do follow God's plan to our healing, especially when it's gradual like that. And I mean, he was asked to sit on a swing and in the dream, and he was asked to pray, and he did all these things, and you could really see his healing was coming. And it was so good to chat with him, to talk with him, and then just have fun with him, and like chat with him afterwards, show him the video that we took of him, and then just chat to his parents. His parents were so overwhelmed and touched by Jesus that the whole village came to know Christ just because of that small boy's testimony and because of Jesus touching his life. And every single time we did follow-up work in this respect with Anapam, it was testimony after testimony after testimony of what was happening in India, of what was happening on the Crusades, and the pastors really getting behind it and really working with Anapam in a close way to say, you know, we want to see the kingdom of God grow. We want to help you where we can, you know. We want to set up these life groups. So if I could really encourage you all to pray for that, and that's that there will continue to be favour for Anapam and his team, his follow-up workers, that they will continue to get testimony upon testimony of supernatural vision and supernatural work, but just to see God's kingdom come in India in that time. So Chrissy, why don't you share some more about the work at Papa's House did, especially with the teachers and the children there?
Yeah, well, it was such an amazing time at Papa's House. We really felt at home there. It's such it's a really nice compound, and it's a really safe, secure place for those children to grow up, especially because of the backgrounds that they've come from. Some of them are, you listen to them and you just think, how is this child now so happy and settled and well adjusted because of the way some of the children have been abandoned, or the way that they've just been so neglected in their lives. Just if I think about them now, I just see their smiling faces, and it just makes me smile because I know that they're well looked after. There's some really good staff. The Carter family that run the Papa's House, they're so loving. The children have everything they need. They love to play. They love to just be with each other. They love all kinds of adult-child interaction as well. They loved everything we brought for them, that we played with them, things that we implemented in the schools, the devotions we did, which Chris and I shared. We taught them some new songs. They also had some new toys, and we really focused very much on the school when we were there for the first month, and then just towards the end of the time we were there. As Chris said, he did arranged a lot of the renovations, and now they're really bright classrooms, so it's a really nice environment for them to learn in now.
It really was for us, you know, getting the classrooms to the same standard as Papa's House, and they live in such an amazing house, you know. The bedrooms are to a high standard, the showering's to a high standard, the way they're looked after, and we really wanted the school to come into alignment with that, and they really were so grateful, you know. Just have a fun nursery with, you know, big giraffe paints on the wall, a big tree, and to have notice boards where they could display their own work. And these are such simple things for us, but out there it really is bringing the school to a new level, just so they really are living in the kingdom principles that we work to here at Revival Fires. And then Chrissy did a lot more work than working with the teachers, planning how the school day should look like, and just everything like that. So share some more on specifically working with the teachers.
The teachers are incredibly enthusiastic to work with the children, and they're good teachers, but they're unqualified, so they want a lot of guidance, and they welcomed everything that I could bring, that I sought advice from it about the Western kind of way of teaching. And it was to introduce basically a good way of planning a structure for the school for the children, including creative ways of learning by playing, learning by having fun, and incorporating multi-subjects into one. Like, you didn't just have to teach them how to spell today, you didn't just have to have a time of colouring another time, but you could integrate the two so that they learn through fun and learn through their own experience, learn through their own discovery of questions and answers, opinions, feelings. We had one time when I was teaching them, the nursery children, about colours and the rainbow, and being able to share with the teachers that there's more than one way of teaching a classroom. It doesn't have to be done by rote all the time. It doesn't have to be individual work, it can be group work, anything like that.
And I mean, there was so many other areas that we had input in, and like devotion was a key area for us both, and we really wanted to bring the exact teaching that we're having here in conferences, in church, like the youth in our fires we're having, and we really did focus on good Bible principles and just clear children's stories. Like I spoke about David being chosen, anointed as king, and really got the children interacting with us, because there is children there from the age of 3 up to the age of 17, and to get them all interactive and to get them all in one group and to get them all to understand it is such a key thing. And we were so blessed and so honoured really to pour that into their lives, and to have them stand up and use them as David, and have Saul, and have the other brothers that David had, and say, well, why didn't you choose the other brothers? They just loved it. They were so interactive with it. And I mean, just to hear them then, Chrissy was...
They loved your stories as well, didn't they?
Yeah, just...
so expressive in their storytelling.
And just getting them to interact was just so much fun, you know, because it was new for them, and we really were so encouraged and so blessed that the fact that everything we did was so welcomed by the children and by Benjamin, like Chrissy said.